Another big trend that we're seeing here at GDC for the first time ever is this virtual reality. What are your thoughts as a game developer about what virtual reality opens up if you look into the future?
I'm really excited about virtual reality. I'm a big nerd. I was always a big Star Trek fan, and so I had this dream even when I was a kid getting into the game industry that, one day games are going to be that. They're going to be the holodeck. We're going to throw away these complicated, controllers with all the buttons or whatever, and it's going to be intuitive, and we're going to be fully immersed. And so I'm really personally excited to see all of these, all of the new tech coming to light, and a bunch of the big players announcing that they're releasing something. As a game developer, it's really exciting because it definitely opens up new types of experiences, and I think there's room to come up with new IP that's created for that kind of experience.
We're here at GDC, and when you look around, there's female developers everywhere. What are your thoughts on how things have grown when it comes to opportunities for women in games since you started?
Yeah, it's great. We get just as many female applicants who are coming out of school and want to start making games, and it's great for me to see. I think the reality is that games are much more mass market now, and more people are playing them, and I think, when I was younger there were less girls playing games, and I think if you're not playing games, you're not going to think of having a career in games. It dawned on me one day while I was playing games and trying to beat my uncle at Tekken that, I love these things and someone gets to make them, so why not? But if I wasn't a gamer myself, it never would have occurred to me that you could have a career making games. And I think since a lot more girls and women are playing games, then, it becomes a more logical option.
And sticking with the GDC theme, what advice would you give to someone who wants to get involved in game development?
So first and foremost, I'd say be honest with yourself about what you're interested in. I think some people think, in order to get into games, you have to learn to be a programmer, and okay, I'm not technical, so I can't program, so forget it. It's, I can't do games. But the truth is on game teams, there's people who, focus on sound, there's people who focus on game design, there's people who do concept art. No matter what you're interested in, you can find a way to put that to use making games. And so that's my first advice, is be honest about your passion, and then you can be really passionate about it, and that's how you're going to succeed. And my second bit of advice is to try and get internships. Really go out there, talk to people, come to events like GDC, even try and go to E3, go to the Penny Arcade events. Go to as many as you can, meet people, talk to people, network, try and get internships, and that's how you get experience and, can get a job afterwards.
Well, and the last thing is, as a game developer, where do you find inspiration for games, as a gamer who's out there playing?
So I think my biggest source of inspiration is random scientific research and new scientific discoveries. I definitely, I find it fascinating to find out that, a giant ancient virus has been discovered, or that really, they're finding out that the ancestors of humans, they thought that there was absolutely no overlap between the ancestors of humans and dinosaurs, but now potentially there was, one that was separated only by, a couple million years or whatever. And so things like that make me think, that's an opportunity for an IP or a game setup that is rooted. To me, it's much more interesting when things are rooted in the plausible and the reality, and something that people can, dig into and have depth. And so, scientific research is kind of interesting to me.